For decades, the corporate hiring pipeline relied on a standardized set of paper credentials. A candidate submitted a tightly edited resume and a polished cover letter to earn a seat at the table before the standard collapsed. The rapid integration of generative AI broke that initial filter. Today, an applicant can deploy a large language model to draft a structurally perfect, highly persuasive application in seconds, regardless of their actual expertise. Hiring managers are now forced to sort through thousands of nearly identical, hyper-optimized documents. This makes it increasingly difficult to extract genuinely capable candidates from a massive sea of well-prompted facades. This forces companies to rely on self-reported proficiency. Taking an applicant's written claim that they excel at data analysis or project management at face value introduces a significant blind spot into the screening process. Without a reliable way to verify these claims early on, employers are effectively navigating the talent pool blind. This lack of visibility increases the risk of bringing on a candidate who looks perfect on screen but lacks the practical skills to do the work. For boutique operations and high-stakes executive teams, a single misaligned employee has the potential to derail an entire quarter. The margin for error in these environments is thin. Companies face a severe financial penalty known as the time-to-capability vacuum. Months of salary, training resources, and lost productivity are poured into onboarding a new hire, only to discover they lack the practical skills required for the role. To avoid this drain on resources, business leaders are moving away from the standard conversational interview format. Instead, they are opting to evaluate raw, unpolished performance by observing candidates in a real-world, high-pressure setting. The market response is the multi-day work trial. Employers are pivoting from a theoretical "tell me" assessment to a strictly practical "show me" model, dropping candidates directly into a simulation of the actual job. These exercises are designed to test real-time critical thinking. Candidates are handed messy, unreliable datasets and asked to find solutions on the fly, a cognitive process that is difficult to replicate using external tools. It also generates crucial behavioral data. Managers get a first-hand look at how a prospect reacts to sudden constructive feedback, collaborates with teammates under pressure, and integrates into the office dynamic. 3 days of continuous, active problem-solving provides a level of insight that a rehearsed 60-minute Zoom interview cannot match. This chart plots assessment methods by their effectiveness. A standard interview clusters in the quadrant of low insight and high risk for a bad hire. The multi-day trial shifts that equation, providing higher observational insight while reducing the risk of a poor fit. But solving for performance introduces different variables. While observational truth reduces the risk of a bad hire, the trial itself creates new legal and operational liabilities. First is the legal risk. If a candidate drafts a real report or assists a live client, they're performing work that directly benefits the company. In most jurisdictions, failing to compensate them at minimum wage or higher is a violation of labor laws. Then there is the physical liability. Bringing a candidate on site without a temporary employment agreement means they may not be covered by workers' compensation. A minor accident during the trial exposes the firm to significant insurance penalties. Finally, there is the equity risk. Demanding multiple days of underpaid time out of a typical work week can exclude individuals who are currently employed or have caregiving responsibilities, restricting the talent pool to those who can afford the time away. Without a strict set of operational guardrails, a company's effort to filter out an underperforming candidate could trigger a lawsuit or damage their ability to attract talent. Because the standard interview no longer provides a complete picture of capability, companies are turning to a more structured framework to make multi-day trials both safe and effective. First is the timeline guardrail. The evaluation must be strictly capped at a maximum of 1 to 3 days. This provides enough data to assess competency while minimizing disruption for both the company and the candidate. Next is the financial requirement. To eliminate legal ambiguity, the candidate should be formally classified as a 1099 contractor or a temporary employee, receiving a flat stipend or hourly rate for their time. This diagram shows the operational guardrail. The candidate operates within a simulation sandbox, working with historical or dummy data to remain isolated entirely from live client files and corporate confidentiality. Executing this protocol achieves a state of risk equilibrium. Businesses maximize their intake of high-quality observational data while neutralizing the surrounding ethical and legal liabilities. The trial functions as a mutual test drive. It provides the candidate with a clear view of the company's internal culture and management style, allowing them to judge the fit just as rigorously as the employer. When paper credentials can be generated with artificial perfection, the weight of the hiring decision shifts away from the written word and toward demonstrated ability. In this environment, the most reliable metric of human capability is no longer found on a resume, but through observable, real-world execution.